So, Lucas, what is your purge plan this evening?
My purge plan this evening is to make sure I lock up my family and myself in the house and make sure no motherfuckers get in my house. What is your purge plan?
Well, now that you ask.
Are you fucking serious, Austin?
The Purge. So The Purge takes place in the year 2022, where unemployment and crime are all-time low at pretty much 1%. And this is due because of an annual event known as The Purge, where once every 12 hours a year, everyone is allowed to cleanse, their negative emotions. This particular purge, we follow Ethan Hawke's character is driving home. He sells a security system. We see his wife, Lena Headey, his two children, Charlie and Zoe. 7 o'clock hits. The purge is coming, so he arms the system. Everything's going fine and dandy for their annual purge plan until Charlie, the dumbass of the family, sees this vagrant just wandering through the neighborhood, asks for help, feeling very sympathetic towards this man. He disarms the security system, allows him in, and so as a result, these people who are coming after the vagrant tell the Satans, you have a specific amount of time before we go inside and kill your family. Otherwise, give us the man. This was a movie I just, even though I saw This Is the End on Wednesday, this was not even as close as good. This Is the End. I think This End is the summer two
movie.
completely different films.
Right, I'm just saying though. It was a good experience overall. There's some things I really had, there were a lot of problems that I had with this movie, but let's go to that later. Ethan Hawke was awesome in this movie.
Yes, he was. Also,
the guy who was the homeless man. The villain was also, even though he's creepy, he's still a good villain. There were some good scare sequences. There were some other good stump scares in the movie.
Scump scares?
Jump scares. That's what I meant to say, Austin. There were also some good kill sequences in the movie. There are a lot of negatives with this movie, especially the fact that this family acts like a bunch of idiots. Two kids in particular, especially. The acting for the kids and the mother weren't really that convincing.
Really? You didn't like the mother?
The mother was alright.
Wow.
The kids were...
That's where I disagree, but...
The mother was alright, but there was a couple lines where she really didn't sell them. The villains in this movie, okay? I know they're psychopaths, I know they want to do things for the purge, but they act so stupid at parts. I laughed at a lot of these points in the movie, because you're not supposed to laugh in a horror movie. I laughed 3 times in this movie from the stupidity things that they did. There are some things I really question in this movie. It's just alright. I had a good time with Austin and Cody and then Alex seeing it and your cousin seeing it, but is it a movie I'd see again? I think I would see it again. It's a fun movie, but it just lacks substance, it lacks common sense, it lacks a lot of things to make it a good horror movie.
Yeah,
they had a good idea and they completely took a different direction with the movie. They could have been a great horror movie. I actually really did enjoy this movie. I thought it was surprisingly very well done. I loved Ethan Hawke. He was a total badass. I really liked Lena Headey. That was the wife character. She was on Game of Thrones and she was also in Dredd. She was the main villain. She did a great job. Although I will admit, Charlie was a total dumbass. I mean, for one thing, okay, this is what's sticking in my mind. Why would you give your kid the fucking code? Exactly! Why? The film had a great concept. I mean, it's something that would never happen. Absolutely. But it's a film, I could give it the benefit of the doubt. It's a really good idea for a horror thriller film. It was more of a thriller film. I love the idea of how it mixes in with a very fun home invasion thriller. The moment when those people enter in the house, it got intense. It did get intense. One of the things I actually liked that he didn't like was actually the villains. I thought they were very psychopathic. I love that. The main guy reminded me of a cross between 3 people. The Joker, Patrick Bateman from American Psycho, and one that Cody brought up that I thought was really interesting, Marilyn Manson. I was looking at this guy for the first time I saw it. I looked at him, I imagined him with the Joker makeup, and honestly creeped the hell out of me. And when it came to the home invasion parts, I was involved with it. I was hoping that honestly no one would die. I love the scene where he just busts this chick's nose and just slams her head into a table. I was like, you don't fuck with the Game of Thrones lady. Now, of course, this film does have its fair share of problems. For one thing, the concept, while original, it would never happen. And I agree with Chris Stuckman. I watched this review, said, if that kid did not do that, we would not have this movie. I actually agree with that. Yeah, if that kid did not do what he did, The Purge would not be a film. I actually found the movie a bit predictable at points. Like, I saw some kills coming. I just had a fun time with it, and the running time, I have to say, was perfect. 85 minutes. Not too long, not too short. Although, I honestly could have wished it was a bit longer, just a little bit, so they could elaborate more on The Purge. Overall, I think The Purge is very good. My score for this movie, I had to evaluate on a couple things. Like, I had to evaluate on my score, and then yours like based on a 5-star score.
Okay.
My first rating is, I definitely think this is a matinee screening. Okay. It's not worth $10.
But it wasn't terrible though.
It was not terrible. No. Overall, I'm gonna give this movie, I can't push it up to a 3, but I'm gonna give it 2 3/4 out of 5 stars.
Okay, alright.
2.75.
Overall, The Purge has a great concept, different, it's original, although whatever in real life, and it's infused with a very, very fun home invasion thriller. And although it does have its fair share of problems, I won't deny I had a lot of fun with it, and it's a very surprisingly good thriller. Also, I think it's a good date movie as well. I'm gonna give The Purge, I'm gonna give it a 3.5 out of 5. I had a very fun time with it, although I will say the first time was definitely better than the second time.
Another thing was the theater crowd, that really lowered my score too, was the crowd. The crowd was not the best at all.
There was a lot of talking, there was a lot of phone using and all that stuff.
A lot of kids.
Although it was the first time I heard a girl say, "Shut up!" When I heard that, I was like, oh my God, I'd never heard that.
Restored.
Yes, faith in humanity restored. You are the chosen one. Okay, so that was Lucas and I's review of The Purge. I hope you guys enjoyed it. And until the next video review collaboration or top 5, we will see you guys next time. See you later.
Seriously, do it. Do it. Do it.